it's Siddu from MobileTechTalk, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 3 likes and dislikes about the Oppo Reno 10X zoom. Let's get started. My first like is the shark fin camera. So as you can see here on the rear side we have the flash, the rear-facing camera, as there's none on the camera module here, and then obviously on the front side we have the front-facing camera and the earpiece. So the thing that makes this so cool is that it's just such a good party trick. Like whenever you want, you can just pop it out and in, out and in. I mean, in terms of reliability, I haven't had any issues. It's always been working fine. I've never had any like grit or dirt, grinding against it. Obviously, I haven't had it for the longest period of time, so I can't say in terms of like 2 years down the line what it's going to be like, but for the time that I have had it, it's been perfectly fine. I haven't noticed any issues with it not working properly. It has great fall detection, so whenever you drop the phone or something, it will automatically retract. So my next top thing is the in-screen fingerprint scanner. So I know phones like the OnePlus 7 and the Galaxy S10 have had this for a while, but it's my first phone that has one built in, so using it has been quite cool. It's been something different. I've been always used to either like a rear-facing fingerprint scanner like I tested out for the Honor View 20, or like a home button type thing like the iPhone does. Since the iPhone 5S all the way up until the 8, they've all had fingerprint scanners built into the home button. You've got some Sony phones which have it built into the power button on the side, but the trend of in-screen fingerprint scanners is very, very good in a way, because it saves space and it's quite cool again. And moving on to number 3, we have the display. So it's pretty much covering the entire front of the phone. There is a tiny little border around it, but I guess that's necessary just with the price point and technology that we have right now. You can see that more closely in my written review on the site. But otherwise, the colours are absolutely fantastic. It's a really vibrant, bold, bright display. You can see it outside, no issues. It's not going to be the brightest panel. I think that probably goes to the Note 10. So moving on to dislike number 1, we have the speakers. So we've got a downwards facing speaker here at the bottom, alongside the earpiece at the top, which, similar to the iPhones, creates a kind of stereo effect, so that this audio is not just downwards facing, it's always pointing up at you. So for example, if you're watching something like this, you've got audio coming at you, but I think it's just a little bit too tinny. The earpiece, I understand that they've got quite a small size constraint just because it is built into the shark fin. So you can see it's just here at the top. So they may not have a huge amount of space, and I understand if it was, for example, on the actual display, then it may not have been as much of an issue, but I just don't feel like it's the best sound. It's fairly loud, but in terms of clarity and overall expectations, the audio just isn't up to scratch with my 10S Max, which, as far as I've seen, is kind of like a benchmark in terms of audio performance. So these speakers probably could be something that could be improved on the next model. My next dislike is ColorOS. So this was my first experience of ColorOS for an extended period of time. Obviously back at the launch event in Switzerland, I did play around with the phone a little bit, did get to know ColorOS a little bit, but I just don't feel like it's an OS skin that I could use every day. In terms of usability, it's okay. You've got the core essentials there, but you may have to dig around and get to know the phone a little bit before you're able to do things that come naturally on other OSs and other skins. And my final dislike is that the phone's being replaced already. So Oppo's got the Reno 2 series launch event on the 16th of October, and we will be covering the event, so please stay tuned to our social medias and on the website, because we will be publishing some content in regards to it. But really this phone's not been out for that long. It's been 6 months since it was released, so they've gone down the Sony and OnePlus route, which means that the phones are being replaced every 6 months or so. which may feel like as soon as you get the phone, oh, the new one's already out there, which is a little bit annoying. But with the processing power of this, I don't feel like you're going to be cheated if you have got the device already or you are looking to order it. But be aware that the next gen devices are literally just around the corner. And that's my top 3 likes and dislikes about the Reno 10x Zoom by Oppo. As I said, we are going to be covering the Reno 2 series launch event, so please stay tuned on our social medias and our website to have a look, and that's www.mobiletechtalk.co.uk, and we've got links to all of our social medias from there. But yeah, so we'll see you in the next video.